Here we go.
There we are.
So great to talk to her. And she does have a unique perspective, right? Because when the coach is also your cousin, it's a little bit different than any other perspective. And I thought it was interesting. She said that she is a little bit more of an extension of Courtney Grove than what probably the other players, even the other seniors, are.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you have to think, this is something that it's a familial kind of familiarity, if you will. So I think that allows for Coach Grove to say, hey, you know what? I can rely on Elizabeth. I can go to her, and I know that she's going to take my instruction the way that she should, but also be a leader and, like she said, an extension of her. So being a coach out on the field, and you hear that a lot about players that are basically coaches that are out on the field and playing, and I think we saw many times this afternoon where Thomasaitis really took over as a leader and really stepped up in that situation.
Well, for Mercyhurst, we don't know, again, the scenarios otherwise, as we're going to now welcome in the head coach. Obviously, they had a lot on the line as well, so that made it even more interesting as we now welcome in Courtney Grove, head coach for Seton Hill. And so we mentioned your team had a lot to play for, still trying to get that top spot. Mercyhurst, with its playoff hopes on the line, had a lot to play for. Made for an intense game and a physical one at times. How did you kind of break down how the gameplay went, and what did you like about what your team did?
I like that we jumped out quick. We took over the first quarter, and I was hoping we could do the same thing in the fourth, because lately what we've been doing is taking over the first and the fourth, which is good as a team. However, we didn't take over the fourth the way we wanted to, but we maintained what we needed to maintain, and that's not letting them back in the ballgame quickly.
Yeah, I don't think they got any closer than 4 goals throughout. So the fact that you had that early lead, you didn't let it really get away from you. What does that say about your team, and in particular your defense and your goalkeeping?
Yeah, we've been working on our defense, just kind of staying on our toes, being disciplined, especially when the game starts to get pretty physical. Don't, try and stay disciplined so that we can control what we need to control. And I think defense did that for us today. Kylie made the saves that she needed to make when she needed to make them.
I know defense clearly seems to be a very big point of emphasis for your team, but at times it seems maybe it gets a little overly aggressive and it kind of backfires some. How do you kind of reel that in with players, but also still make sure that, hey, they're staying motivated and wanting to play aggressive defense?
Yeah, so it starts with practice. We'll take their sticks away if they get too aggressive, and then they have to just use their feet. So then in the game, we'll just look at them and say, use your feet, or, in between quarters and stuff, refs are calling it here and there. We've got to move our feet more than we need to use our sticks. So we try and keep as much control as we can when we need to. However, we also like to have them be a little aggressive at times.
Oh, absolutely. And I think on top of that, being able to get yourselves in those free position opportunities also and maybe extend the lead some. But today, Mercyhurst, they kept things interesting down the stretch. How would you say your team was able to hold them away and keep them at arm's length down the stretch?
Yeah, I think it was the controlling the ball down on offense. When we needed to control it, did we get rid of some, shot clock violations and stuff? Yes, but at the same time, then that mean we had control of possession. So I think keeping the control of possession down on the attacking end when we needed to, and winning that draw. Bunker did a great job winning the draw when we needed to draw control.
It is senior day. That's always a special moment for the seniors, but for the coach as well, because you've seen these young ladies through probably the entire way throughout their time here on campus. What does a day like this mean to you, and how do you kind of balance the emotions with also focusing on what's obviously a crucial game?
Yeah, senior day is always a tough one, because you want that, and you love that energy that the seniors bring, that everybody bring, just to say, thank you to those seniors. And then it's also tough because it can be very emotional for them too. It's their last home game on the turf after putting in all the work that they have the past 4 years. So it's like you really do have to try and balance it. And today we rode that train of, let's use the energy that the seniors have brought for us the last 4 years, and Kylie coming back for her 5th year. Let's ride that train and keep them going and moving forward. When
you think about this group of 5, what really stands out about the seniors that you're going to remember?
These 5 girls, especially the true 4 seniors, came in freshman year, and they've never let anything stop them. They were always motivated and wanted to be the best that they could be, and pushed everybody around them. And then I think Kylie coming back for us, we're really going to miss her, because she brings a leadership light into the defensive end that it's like, hey, we let one in, it's okay, let's get it back some other way. She was always positive and never lets anyone dwell on their mistakes. So it allows those 4 seniors that just will run through a brick wall for anyone and push everybody around them, and Kylie encouraging them to do that.
Last question for me. You guys finished this year undefeated on home turf. getting ready for the playoffs, obviously. How do you carry this really great regular season play into the playoffs and really don't ever take your foot off the gas pedal?
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about at practice yesterday. What we need to do is continue to play together, continue to execute, and do the little things. I think that is what brought us to where we are now, is doing the little things. We lost that a little bit throughout a couple games, and I think if we can get back to that motivation and just pushing that ball and doing the little things, we'll be okay come playoff time.
Well, you were more than okay today, Courtney. Thanks so much for doing this. Congrats on the victory as well.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, absolutely.
Thank you.